Dear students, hope you are in the best of your health. Today we are going to discuss some important topics of the unit as we are discussing, and these include coordination. As you must have attended the previous lectures about before, during and after the course of disaster, what are the precautionary measurements we are supposed to take before, during and after the occurrence of the disaster. Today we are going to discuss what are the coordinations we are supposed to take among the individuals, among the family members, among the societies, and among the agencies, and with the government or or with the administration. First, we would like to know what actually coordination means. Coordination simply means intelligent sharing of information in the frank constructive discussion of issues and possible course of action among independent organizations with a common purpose. Means if we are with the intention to mitigate the disasters which is yet to occur in future at any time, so we are supposed to share the information, but the information must be a constructive with different responsibilities with a common purpose. And second, recognize recognizes capacities, competence and mandates is diverse and requiring a systematic approach. And we have to recognize capacities among different sectors and competencies and mandates as diverse as different agencies or the different individuals or the different administrative sectors have different responsibilities. Say for example, the medical field has a different responsibility, and there are disaster SDRF or NDRF team is there which have the different responsibilities, and the administration has to watch over all these responsibilities. So we have to have a systematic approach for all to set a get together so that we have a coordination among different agencies with government and individuals and among the community. Third point is a systematic approach maximizes complementary and enhances the collective potential of actors. As ultimately we have to act for a single purpose. So if we coordinate with one another among communities, among different agencies and with the government, so we can act potentially to reduce or mitigate the disasters which are yet to occur or which occurs. Resolve ambiguities and inconsistencies among the agencies, among the individuals, among the communities and among the stakeholders. Actually, what are the basis of coordination? Coordination is based on mutual respect for competencies and agreed responsibilities of each party and willingness to cooperate in addressing and solving problems in pursuit of a common aim. It simply means we have different sectors. Say for example, we have medical sectors, we have NDRF is there, SDRF is there, and different agencies are there which have different skills in their field to tackle such problems, but all should have a common goal and should have a common aim, and the aim is to mitigate and reduce the effect of disaster which are yet to occur or which occurs at times. Determination of who will take on a task when two or more organizations are ready and able to do it. Means if there are different organizations or more than one organizations which have a goal, which have to tackle a particular problem, then we have to choose which organization is supposed to play the role in that very particular situation, so that no hurdle may take place in mitigating the disasters at times. Task in emergency management can be voluntary or mandated. This determines affects success of coordination efforts. Some of the course of action may be voluntary, means there are individuals which are voluntary in nature, and some there are individuals which are voluntary if any disasters occurred at any place at any interval of time. There are individuals which who always remain voluntarily ready to tackle such problems, and there are agencies as well which always voluntarily present themselves to mitigate such menaces, such problems, such catastrophic events. But there are also agencies which are supposed to act on a particular problem to particular situation, and that has already been mandated. So be it voluntary or mandated course of action, coordination among mandated and voluntary agencies is also a very compulsory requirement or the prerequisite requirement for mitigating the disaster's effects. And there are effective coordination. What actually effective coordination means? Communicate clear objectives of coordination. What we are supposed to do, what is the objective of the coordinating among different agencies or different individuals or different stakeholders. Second point, be transparent and impartial. We are supposed to have a single aim, single observation, single motive, and the motive is to just coordinate, to mitigate, to reduce the effect of disaster occurs at any place. Have added value, skills, and resource. We have to put the values and skills of the disaster mitigating measurements on action. Establish mandate with government for coordination. If any agency is there which voluntarily like to work on a particular situation, on a particular scenario, then the voluntary organization is supposed to put themselves into the mandate and put a proposal, a clear vision to the government for coordinating in such situations. Provide regular briefings and access to the resource information in and coordination is must for mitigating the disaster management. Accessibility to other players in the sense which may be an agencies, which may be communities, which may be other NGOs or the organizations which are supposed to play a particular role during the course of emergencies. Sectoral cooperation is also important, and provide agency orientation. There are agencies which have to orient towards to tackle a particular situation, and the agencies or the groups or the communities have to be oriented to tackle a particular situation. Recognize and reward participation. No doubt, if somebody or some agency or the organization is rewarded, appreciated, the agency in the next very time, no issue, no doubt, takes a step more to provide a course of action to mitigate such disasters. Access to the equipments, and no doubt to tackle any problems there are equipments are requirement, so access to equipments is very much mandatory to reduce the disasters. Provide a channel for information. There must be a channel for information to mitigate time to time information for these agencies for effective coordination. And what can be the strategies? We are supposed to take awareness creation, we are supposed to have a capacity building, we are supposed to have an advocacy, structural change, non-structural change in the sense we have to have an ideological setup, how to tackle a particular problem, sustainable livelihood options, and collaborations. And there may be impediments to cooperate coordination efforts. There are some hurdles which may hamper or which may hurdle the course of action of the coordinations. So these may be pride, ego, personality. These should be kept aside while, be it voluntarily, we are providing our services, or we are providing a service on the basis of mandate we are provided. So conflicting mandate, goals, agenda, priorities, these are supposed to kept aside. Mistrust or lack of confidence in coordinator, competition for resource, political considerations, tough concern, fear of loss of power, autonomy, identity, lack of understanding of the benefits, limelight hogging, sharing of someone's credits, lack of commitment, and data. Finally, the summary is that the coordination is a voluntary effort. Coordination is a shared effort. We are supposed to share the different responsibilities among the individuals, among the communities, among the agencies. Coordination should happen holistically: preparedness, planning, assessment, and response. The main objective of the coordination is get the right people to the right place at the right time. Hope you understand. In the next Valley lecture, we'll discuss next topics. And thank you. Thank you.